Welcome. How's everybody doing? Let me just go over to a little bit of blank and say good morning to everybody. How is everybody here? All doing good? How about now? Even better? Because you got to see this. Oh, wait, hold on. Webcam's not up. How about now? Because you get to see this. That's what I was going to intro with. Thought up just on the spot, can you tell? I'm not awkward. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, welcome everybody. Yash, welcome. Jen, welcome. I've not seen you around before, but Easier GKs, welcome. And welcome to Jay Walster, Dormant Kurong, Shivi54, Broken Ursa. Welcome everybody so far. Drink a Pepsi at 9:30 feeling good. Or drinking a Pepsi, my bad. Sorry. Now, when I watch this later I can watch myself. Okay, good for you. Huh? Anyway. Well, it's almost night in my place. It is 12:01 a.m. where I am. I am starting an hour and a half earlier than normal. I just felt that maybe using a different time zone might yield better results. Also, I'm just noticing that I think this didn't export right, because clearly this is meant to be a cutout for grills, but it didn't cut out. So we'll have a look at that later. Let's start over here at the cars that we're going to be doing today. You're on Discord. I don't recognize the name in conjunction with that color for a thumbnail, so I'm sorry. I'm just not aware. Also, I think the game's audio is a little bit low. Let me go fiddle with that for a second. Yep, set to 2 again, which is how I usually do it. You know, we'll leave that for low for now. We don't need that high anyway. Let's just go ahead and turn off every vehicle. Is that all of them? I think I saw one that was turned on. Give me a second. No, I did get all of them. Okay. Let's start at the beginning of what we have here today. So, this one is looking a lot like your Lister Storm, which I believe this is based on. But I may be wrong. I think the Lister Storm actually had front engine. Am I incorrect in that assumption? I don't really know. It's been a long time. Wait, which car am I on? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's okay. So now I know what I just did wrong there in selecting all the cars. Is this vehicle on? It's still shaking like it's on. Weird. This Delta-looking Lancia, oh, which doesn't have a rear end on it for some reason. Kind of shaking for some reason. Hold on. Control T. Yeah, it doesn't look like the mesh properly... Oh my god, what is up with this mesh? That's some buggy-ass mod body. Is that a mod body? I can't actually tell. I don't know. Anyway. Le Geek de Chapeau. Welcome. Your car? I'm not sure which one you are referring to. Anyway, so yeah, this car looks kind of cool. Lister Storm. I believe it was a late 90s, early 2000s car that was entered into Le Mans and stuff. Didn't do particularly... Well, actually, didn't do well at all, actually. Love it. But didn't do well. And I think I was first introduced to it with, like a Le Mans game from the era that I was given for Christmas once, I think. That missing cutouts glitch from the Bugatti has happened to me. I built a car for each of the Top Gear presenters. Okay. Yeah, it's happened to me before. I just happened to notice it then when I was actually looking at it. At first I thought that it was maybe only just the headlights, but I didn't really look at the rest. My bad. It's a Lancia, what do you expect? I mean, I'm surprised that it's here. I just assumed that the thing would be complete rust by now. Also, aren't Lancia Deltas 4 doors? This is a 2-door. Am I incorrect in that assumption? I don't actually know. That was fun. It's supposed to be a Group C spec race car. Okay, if you reckon this is meant to be Group C, then I will hold this thing to high standards. And if it doesn't hold up to them, I will tear it to shreds. Because I'm assuming everyone here has seen my Group C big collab that I did with everybody. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no interior on this. A very, very basic design. I like it though. It is very aesthetically pleasing. Is it gorgeous? Nah. I mean, I love the wheels though. I'm not sure if that's a choice they made or if that's default in the game, but oh, I love these mod wheels. I've always wanted to use them, but never have. The Lancia Delta S4 is a two-door. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I think they're two-door, but most of the other Deltas were four-door. Okay, then. Well, here we go. We got somebody once again implementing or taking advantage of the Lotus-looking body, but not really making it look like a Lotus. Like, they've got an Alfa Romeo type grille in the front here. What do we have for an engine? For an engine, we have... Okay, so it is mid-engine. Is it longitudinal or... Okay, so it's longitudinal. Also, not very Lotus-y-like. And that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a V10. Okay. This thing, I'm going to assume, is very rear-heavy. It's going to be very hard to drive. I can only assume. Actually, you know what? I didn't check the interior here. The steering wheel is a little bit low. I do like the fact that they went with an older dashboard. That's kind of cool and classy. Welcome, Nissan R33. And anybody else that I haven't said hello to. Le Geek, if I haven't said hello to you, there's hello. I do, though, however, like that they put in a lot of effort with things like roll cage and whatnot. Unfortunately, it just jiggles way too much. And I love all of this extra detail I've done here. Unfortunately, Automation's export has failed you. It's part of the reason why I always suggest to upload as .zips, not as .cars. Because sometimes glitches like this happen. Now, let's have a look at the interior here. It is a... Sorry. Very basic interior, though I do like that they've got lots of little extra details in here. The dashboard looks very, very 80s. Like, not just the cluster, but also the dash itself. I'm not sure if I'm on board with that. But I still like it. Like it a lot. Also, hold on. Was the Lancia mid-engine? I thought Lancias were front-engine. Which you would assume with how much grille is on the front. And on the back end, there's only a little bit of grille here and a little bit of grille there. Not a whole lot. But then again, there's probably lots of grille on... Yeah, there's lots of grille there. Do they take from underneath or have they covered that up? Well, it's flat and then open here, so I don't know. That center wing on the Lotus is very hard to make it look right. I mean, it follows the contours of the body, but I do get what you mean. It almost works, but it rarely does. You kind of need the body to go with it. Most of the late Group Bs are... Yeah, I know, but I didn't know whether the Lancia Delta was. I thought that that was just a front-engine car. Anyway, moving along. This is one I'm kind of excited to try out. This really cool-looking Skyline R35-looking thing. Now, I know that they don't call it a Skyline, or at least not in America, but yeah, it's a Skyline. So what do we got here? We got... That is actually a V6, and the turbos look realistic. Interesting. Now, I believe this is meant to be an actual, like, replica of a race car, so I am excited to try this one out, though that is a fake wing there on the back. But hold on. There's... No! Those are real wings. Okay, so we do actually have extra downforce there. Let's have a look at the front. These are real. That's real. I am unsure about that. Maybe they've gone with a fake hidden wing. Did I see anything when I was in here? No. So, if they do have... Hold on, which car are we on? Okay. No, hold on. Okay, there we go. Now we're onto this guy. Control T. I see no hidden wings. That is going to be problematic. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Is that a wing? I'm confused. No, I don't think that is a wing. No, that's not a wing. So we have buttloads of rear downforce. Unfortunately, no front downforce. So that's going to be a problem. Moving on. Welcome, funny Fox Bear. Fax Bear. Sorry. I don't know why I keep calling people the wrong names, but sure, whatever. So, this is one which people may know from me. It ended up being a bit of a meme one because it never worked, because immediately when spawned, the tires would pop off. But it was fixed by somebody, so we'll be giving that one a bit of a try later on. And then we got this weird thing. It looks like a nice little Suzuki, maybe some other sort of Japanese folding hard roof, maybe even French. With this extra grilling though on the rear, I think it might actually be a mid-engine car. The S4 was mid-engine. Okay then, cool. We have a fake wing down here. Please, before I even look, I hope to God that this is a very small, maybe like a 3-cylinder or something, because it looks like an eco, what do you call it? Econo box sort of thing, but like sportied up a little bit. So reveal the engine to me. It's a flat 4, and it's rear engine. It's not mid-engine, that's rear. Okay. Well, this is one to watch. Let's have a look at the tire disparity we have here. We don't have a front aero wing. And our front tires look similar to the width of the rear tires. So to overcome the rear bias oversteer that we're going to get, I'm assuming they tried to fix it with this wing. So that one is going to be one to be interesting to look at. I wonder if they've actually overcome the issues. Also, do we have the 3 brake caliper issue? Not by the looks of it. Though they do have 2 calipers and it's small. One day. Anyway, moving along. This one looks pretty cool. I am also excited to try this one out. What's it got on here? Sun Suhan. Cool. I like you. This one looks really nice. Like, really well done to the era. Though it would have been cool if they had one mirror and not both mirrors. That would have been fun. Rear end looks nice and clean. A little bit basic. Also, the taillights are in the actual lifting boot trunk, which is not generally how they like to do it because that causes problems with wiring that degrades and breaks down over time and a few other issues. Now there's actually a thing that says that lights can't be on any rotating thing, which any movable body panel or something like that, which is why you don't see any more pop-up headlights. You don't see them anymore. You know the new Mini, how the front lifts up and it has the holes for the headlights, but the headlights actually stay down on the body? That's to get around that regulation, because they wanted to have that clamshell, even if it was going to be a problem. So, yeah, they did a bit of a weird one there. Rear engine, best engine? All right, James Dean. Yes, fan-made race car. A few of these are race cars. So, oh, sorry. That one is clearly meant to be a race car. They said that it's a Group C car. This is a rally car, which is a race car. This one looks a little bit racy, maybe. This one looks very racy, like it's meant to be some sort of GT3 or something. Maybe even GT2. This is a berserker car that I tried to make that failed, but they brought back, and it's meant to be a go-kart. Go-karts are meant to be race cars. Not so much. But yeah, let's keep having a look at this one. Please tell me that this is some sort of like weird failed rear engine car. Damn it, no. But it does have rear drive, but no front drive. Okay, cool. We do have some cool carburetors on there, and it's a 4-cylinder. Is that a... That almost looks push rod. What have we got in here? Actually, yeah. I think this is meant to be push rod. If so, cool. I love the gumption that they brought to this build design. They've they've got a car slog. I didn't even notice that until just then. So this person has gone realism or a good car to drive, and they've gone realism. Realism is more important, and I very much rate that. Very well done. I'm excited to see how this car actually handles and see if it like understeers until you don't want it to and oversteers, much like what you would hope from this sort of 70s era of car. And I suppose we should also have a look at the interior. So unfortunately, materials don't come out right still. With automation, hopefully they fix that in the big update that's meant to be coming, what was it, next month, I think? Something like that. Very sparse dashboard. Very weird. I get the feeling that they've used 3D fixtures and not actually a dashboard for this. Yeah. Cool, interesting, okay. I very much doubt that that's a non-mod fixture. Yeah, no, these aren't mod fixtures, okay. I saw that they did this with basic stuff, and I thought there for a second that they actually used real non-modded parts. That would have been funky, but yeah, no. Pretty cool. And a manual. Even if the manual shifter does look a little bit weird. Okay. Go-kart isn't a race car, more of a coffin on wheels. Fair enough. Okay, then we have this one. The ugly duckling of the bunch. The Lambo. Or is it meant to be Lambo? And it's the 420p. And it's also green if you haven't noticed. Anyway. Let's have a look at what engine. Oh, it's a mid-mounted engine. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A mid-mounted V12. Longitudinal. This thing is going to be incredibly rear heavy. I am very interested to see if they can make this vehicle handle. This is going to be tricky to drive. Because it's also not a small engine. If you have a look there, it's quite big. And I'm assuming 420 refers to maybe like the horsepower. It's a V12, yes. It's green, that means it's environmentally friendly. Oh, that's what it means, and why it has mechanical fuel injection. And coming out of the exhaust into a tubular header with no catalytic converter. Interesting, maybe they know something we don't. Anybody see the issue here? Who steers? Does this? You know what? Actually, hold on. This might be for quadriplegic. So what they do is they steer with their nubs where their legs are. Ah, okay. I see what they've done here. Okay, that's actually good. Well done. Welcome, Zane Swan, to the stream. How late am I, Cobber? The stream has been going for 27 minutes, so about 17 minutes late. Yeah, no, I don't know what entirely happened here, but that's not where a steering wheel is meant to be. Like, where does one's legs go? Maybe you have to amputate yourself to actually be a driver here. Yeah, that's, not great. Oh, dear. In the front, though, we have double wishbone. Okay, pretty decent. I wonder if they've kept it to the era. What rear suspension do we have? We have double wishbone as well. Hold on, does this have a drive shaft to the front? No, good, so it is just rear-wheel drive. At least they've gone a little bit realistic with that. Though, this car is probably going to be an absolute dog to drive. Unfortunate. Green environmentally friendly Mura Stratos hybrid. Sure. And then for the wheels, that's where we get our handling back due to the fact that this thing has huge rear bias weight. Thick ass tires in the back. Oh my god, they are so big! And then on the front, actually, normal size. So, interesting tires. I think this one has the most interesting tires of the entire video. Yeah. No, scratch that. Yeah, so this one. Interesting. Not entirely the sort of thing you see every day. Very, very chunky. Huge. Oh my god. Welcome, Trouble2X. How's it going? Okay, hi, I just joined to maybe you need to amputate your legs. Yeah, so I would have loved to have seen some sort of extra detail on the back here to maybe show that you can open it manually from the outside if it's unlocked, because everyone getting into the front would be problematic. Maybe a door here, who knows? What have we got on the other side? Oh, I love the split windshield with the individual wipers for each one. That's pretty cool. Though, actually, would the windshield wipers not have been up here and then wiped down that way, maybe? Because this gives a bias to looking out the bottom corners of the windshields. I don't know. Actually, yeah, I don't know about that one. It's a chunky boy? Yes, very much so. Let's have a look on the inside. Now, I have also done a little bit of an inspection. These wheels do look real. We have a big, very big 6-cylinder. And it also looks as if they've put in a radiator and everything and actually have made this all link up and be functional. Pretty cool. I like this. They've gone to the extra mile. I probably wouldn't bother with that, and in fact, I never have, so that's pretty cool. Also, individual suspension for each tire and wheel suspension setup. Welcome, Crownless. And Thomas Piskelly, welcome. Very much a chunky boy. So I am excited. Also, it looks as if they've gone through and fixed up the fact that the exhaust is usually broken into many little pieces. So, if somebody does do that by merging all of the mesh things together that you want, go ahead and then select all of it, only the tubular parts, go to mesh shading for faces or something like that into that one, and then go smooth faces, and then that'll make that all look nice and smooth. And that's how you would generally deal with that. But yeah, this is pretty cool. What do we got? We got injection. Is that direct injection? That might actually be direct injection. So I think they're trying to simulate a diesel here. Pretty cool. Was this truck submitted as a .zip, or did they get you to fix it? No, they submitted it as a .zip. So let's have a quick look. I've not actually checked this out yet. Okay. Steering. It has all the steering wheels. Now, this is something I'm going to have to do in the future. But for now, that's pretty cool. I've not done this myself before. I've only ever bothered to put on multiple rear axles because I've looked at it and gone, you know what? I'll leave that for the Formula 1 video when they had the dual front wheels. But yeah, so as you know now, this thing actually has real suspension. Though they didn't extend out the chassis rail or try to... Oh! That was weird. Or try to do an interior. So they've gone to like 90% of the effort. They just didn't do the last little bit. But I'm assuming that this is probably some sort of test for them. So this is going to be really cool. I wonder if the vehicle is actually made out of some sort of fiberglass, and maybe the vehicle is actually really light. And maybe we have enough tires to make buoyancy? We shall see. We'll find out later on. And then the showpiece. The Bugatti Veyron GT2, I believe, is the category it fits. But I think that, as they said, it was meant to be a GT3, but it fits more into GT2 or GT1 categories. So yeah, these wings don't line up, and that irks me a little bit. So this one I am actually really excited to see about, because I've seen a few people try to attempt to do a Bugatti Veyron, but have all really sucked at it. I wonder what we've got in here. Oh, they don't have a vent in here. So when you're making a mod body for automation, you can actually set parts of the material of the body to actually just straight up be mesh. And that's probably what they could have done here, but they didn't, leaving it for the person making the mod to do it. But that's almost, by what I'm looking at here, impossible to actually do here. Anyway, so, retech we have here. We have a whole bunch of things. Oh, I love the interior. Like, we've got meted immediately with like a dash panel of things. It's a very basic interior, but it's also really cool. They put 4 clusters of 3 switches there. Though, generally, these don't come with 2 seats. Generally only 1 seat. What do we have in the back here? Oh, yes. That is cool looking. Can I tell what they've done here? Oh, I see what they've done here. Wow, that's a very tricky. I like it. Well done. And then they've kind of put a whole bunch of things on there. So what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we only have a V8. Honestly, I would have expected a V16. Maybe they couldn't fit a V16 with the sizes? Hard to tell. But that is a little bit disappointing. But also, a V16 also is about as short as a V8. Sorry, not a V16. W16, which is the engine that it actually has. So maybe they've gone around and done a good job. Who knows? But yeah, these are the cars this week, presented to you by subscribe to Film986 and maybe hit that like button? Maybe? Anyway, let's go ahead and try one of these cars out. I think we're going to start off with doing the Group C car. We'll go in order. Where is... I'm going to have to reactivate a map. There we go. Wait, hold on. Was that the right one? Hopefully that's the right one. Let's give it a try. Free roam. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Oh, no, there it is. Good. Yes, okay. We have Spa. Yeah, carbon valve covers do look weird. There's unfortunately not anything you can do about it. As a W16 is 2 V8s, you'll find they sound pretty similar. Yeah, I could understand your logic there. Sound is not the issue, though. Now, so this is the cheap car or something like that. Motors, where we're at. Okay, so this is our car. Hold on. Oops. Ah, shit. There we go. Hold on. Let's move across. No, the other one has bad brakes. Okay, so this is the Chappaqua Motors C3 Mark IV by Per Kelly Swearer John Michael. That is one of the most annoying names I think I've ever seen as a name to see. And so 1988, so this is meant to be a Group C car, and it's $5.19 million. So it is about a race car's price tag. Hey, I'm the Group C specialist from last time, and I messed with 1988 rules. Just built one of my best cars ever. All right. Let's actually see if this is a good car. But first of all, we're going to get rid of that roll angle because that's for another project that we don't need right now. Hey, could have used the modular engine fixtures to make a custom looking engine. True. But I'm more concerned about actually how the weight is and how the power delivery is. All right. Let's give it a bit of a listen. All right, all right. Let's go ahead and turn the volume of the game up to what it should be. 50? God damn it, whatever. Close enough. If I remember well, the main issue is turbo lag, so it's accurate for the day. Okay. Decent amount of power, brakes are okay. Lots of understeer, then power oversteer, but that's to be expected from a overly powered turbo laggy vehicle. See how it does going through Eau Rouge. Wait, is this Eau Rouge? I can't remember the names of these things. Handles pretty well. Oh, understeer. So, oh, lots of understeer. Okay, so fairly fast. Unfortunately, though, they haven't tuned out high-speed understeer. Pretty good. I'm not going to shit on it too much because I did build a really good car, but was still outbraked by like half the distance by Shiny Odd. Though, I think if I went back now, I could probably even improve on that car considerably. On my car, that is. Now knowing that ABS doesn't like unbalanced things. Yeah, this car suffers a lot from understeer. So that was me, like, keeping the power delivery right at that sweet spot as where the car could go around. So that was the maximum speed it could go around that corner. I do love these wheels, though. Also, I would like to point out with these wheels, and I never knew this until today when I saw a recent Ken Block video. These sorts of wheels, that's more of a hubcap than anything else, and it's actually meant to work like a turbo, where it's got fins that go in, and then they come out like that. And what that does is sucks air through the front wheels, pulling air over the brakes to keep the brakes cooler. I didn't know that, but that is very cool, and very much an 80s racing thing. I'm not sure how to feel about rear wheel covers. No, they had a lot of that in Group C. In Group C, that was everywhere. And I love rear wheel covers. I think that's really awesome. Kind of want to stick my Group C car in here now and just do a style comparison. But then again, I'm always going to be biased towards liking my own car. So this car understeered massively into Puon. That's unfortunate. Oh, very twitchy there under power shift. Okay, this car handles all right. It just kind of has a maximum speed. If I was to use a steering wheel with this car, it would be so much more controllable. I'm getting a little bit of like power oversteer, but trying to do that with a controller is problematic. So for styling, on the rear end it's basic, but it is a very nice looking vehicle. Mostly though, I'm gonna have to be a little bit rude here and say that that's the car mods designer as opposed to your styling here, which is fairly basic, but I still do like it. It actually looks really nice. Slowed down too much for that corner. Let's see how it does into bus stop. Coming up, braking point, and he almost pulls up in time, but you got braking understeer as well, which happens to be a problem. So what do I think could be done about this car? For one, you could probably have a front wing. Maybe reduce your front tire width and have a front wing instead. Unfortunately, by the looks of it... Oh, okay, that was too fast. This is the only front area you have. These two little mini wings. I see nothing else hidden inside. Yeah, no. You basically have no front aero, which hurts you at like mid to high speed corners. Or mid-speed corners all the way up to whatever speed you go. I do like the design though. The front looks considerably better than the rear. What do I give this car for style? Maybe like a 7. The handling and feel is pretty nice, but it's not really race car yet. Because you fell into the trap of not understanding that lips and spoilers don't add downforce. They are only an aesthetic thing. Only wings add downforce. So unfortunately, that was a trick of the game, and not really your fault. But yeah, I'd give this car like a 6, 6.5. Pretty nice, I like it. Hey, Uncle Vens, how's it going? My voice is cracking for some reason. I read the title as racist cars. Why is everyone making this racist kind of thing? We're all racist drivers. Like, what? I don't want to go down that line. I don't want to dog whistle people. That's why I use it in most of my... race car. What, you're talking about the styling thing? Would I expect that from a wheel called a turbofan? Yeah. I suppose. I wouldn't have figured it out, though, from that. I would have actually had to have seen it. Where did you download Spa from? The internet. You'll be able to find it if you Google long enough. I think I found a YouTube video that was about it, and then from there I downloaded it. Awesome mod. What? Anyway, so, I like this car. Unfortunately, it fell into the pitfalls of of automation, and automation's not being truthful. Oh, they are good with brakes, though. They have actually done a good job here. Big disc, one piston. What have we got in the back? Big disc, one piston, and then they must have used a brake balancer to balance it out. Very well done. I am very happy with that. We have a big inline 4. So, let's check out the engine. Now, it kind of felt like it had about 500 horsepower. Let's actually see what we've got here. Torque curve. We have... Oh. Hold on. Oh, even more power than what I had. Oh. About 670, but that's PS. What the frick is PS? Hold on. $670 PS to HP. 660. So only 10 more horsepower than me, but still impressive. I've been pinged. Why are people pinging me when I'm streaming? Oh, that's you. Okay. Anyway. Oh. Yeah. Interesting. If this thing actually had the fuel economy, this could have actually done pretty well in our Group C race. It would have been faster than Considers, because Considers was unfortunately really slow, because also Consider doesn't actually know a lot of the technicalities, unfortunately, about automation. He's good at making cars, just doesn't know the nitty-gritty. And it might have kept up with Twin Turbos, maybe even have been faster than Twin Turbos' car. The overall shape of this reminds me of the Volkswagen XO1. It's based on the Lister Storm, if you want to look up that car. There is a Bathurst circuit. Yeah, I know, I just keep forgetting to get it. Engine is a 3.4 turbo i4. It had tons of lag. You know what? It didn't actually have tons of lag. Power comes in at 4,000 and it goes until 9,000. That's actually not tons of lag. If this was a road car, yes, that would be a problem. Look at that, tons of lag. But you're only going to be using a lot of power when you... Sorry, experiencing that lag when pulling off from the start-finish line and when leaving the pit box. But you just do a bit of a wheel spin and away you go. There's no issue there. At 4,000 RPM, you are generating... Hold on. Like 200, nearly 300 horsepower. So yeah, not actually that big of an issue. What is the next car? Ah, okay. The D Inferni GTF. So let's have a look. The D Inferni GTF Formula V10. Front end styling gives me older Alpine vibes. It's a Lister Storm, guys. Do you want me to show you Lister Storm? So, the grills don't line up or anything, but it's literally the Lister Storm body. So, yeah. As you can see. Anyway, yeah. So, this is actually a front engine car. So, they have done a little bit different from the actual Lister Storm. Though I do still have a bit of a soft spot for the look of this car. So, we have now got a car by Charles Goodguy. And this is the D Inferni GTF Formula V10. $4.29 million. So, I expect a lot from this 2010 car. So, it's inspiration from Mercedes-AMG GT1. A 2010 car using Formula 1 V10 engine detuned for road use. And this is the one, so I actually have low expectations for this car, even though the price is extremely high. The reason why is I believe that they didn't know how to set up brakes. And yes, they've gone 3-piston in the front and 2-piston in the rear and made them a little bit smaller. So that shows a clear they haven't watched enough of my videos on how to tune for BeamNG in automation. In automation, this probably looks great, but in BeamNG, not so much. And the amazing reason that is you want less pistons and a bigger disc. Otherwise, the brakes will cook. And that's because automation had in their mind, they knew what they wanted to have out of the braking system. But when you try to translate that to BeamNG, it doesn't exactly work, and it assumes always that you're going to be the maximum of everything that you're doing with the brakes, and it will always cook it, unless you're driving like you would on a road sort of scenario, which is actually pretty realistic. Cookie Monster, welcome. I know the Lister Storm, that's awesome. It was pretty cool. It's a Peugeot Oxia body. What's a Peugeot Oxia? I've never heard of that. French cars are not particularly popular here in Australia. Interesting. It actually looks very similar. Though it's not actually a Peugeot Oxia body, it is actually a Lister Storm body. They've done a... Actually, you know what? So, they use the Lister Storm body, but uses fixtures to make it look almost actually like this. Though it doesn't actually look like this. It looks a lot more like this one due to, like, kind of the grille sort of thing. But yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I never knew that this car existed. But yeah, no, it's a Lister Storm body. So, let's give this car a bit of a try. You mean specifically the light cluster? Okay. I don't actually know much about Alpine because they never came to Australia. Oh, we're very popular here. What do you mean that's a Yugo body, bro? What? I'm so confuzzled now. Looks like I only missed one car whilst I was in the shower. You know, you could have had your phone running just outside of the shower so you could watch whilst in the shower. Think about me whilst showering. Anyway, so, big, heavy V10 in the back. That is a V10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. This thing feels very detuned. Sounds really cool, like an actual F1 car. I'm going to turn this volume down just a smidge. Nah, that's the best I can do, apparently. Isn't there another body based on the Lister Storm? Yes, there is actually 2 or 3 or something like that. One for mid-engine, one for front engine, and I think one for rear engine. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway. Very good use of the low body. This is a very good use of the Lotus body. We shall see if they've actually done a good job of using this. Get the feeling that was meant to be body morphing? No. No, that's just the door handle they've chosen. Okay. Nice sound. Yeah, it's alright. Let's see, is this thing all-wheel drive? Have they just gone lazy and cheaty? Yes, they have. They have gone all-wheel drive. So, that'll at least probably make it handle better. Let's see about fake wings or anything hidden to make this thing handle properly. I see nothing. They've got an intercooler in here. That's interesting. It's not actually how you would do it, though. Or is that meant to be a radiator? I'm not actually sure. Well, have we even got turbos on this vehicle? No, we do not. Interesting. So this is meant to be a street sports car that's worth $4.something million. Problematic. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's turn traction control off. By the way, I'm Windows Gaming. What? Anyway, let's give this one a try. It actually feels quite nice and responsive on the turn-in and everything. Okay, understeer, 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 understeer. Yep. This thing has too much rear bias grip at high speed. Which is actually opposite of what I thought. I thought this thing would be an oversteering mess. God, this is fast. We're nearly going 300 already. Oh, this is a very fast car. A massive brake imbalance, though. Brakes are no guster. Ah! Okay, well. Let's go try this on a more relevant sort of road scenario. West Coast. Let's go Chinatown. 12k RPM, nice. I mean, it's not that hard to do. Welcome Greyleaf Gaming, by the way. I don't think I actually said that to you. I also don't know what you mean by your Windows gaming. Completely... Ah. An Arab sports car? Okay. Do you remember I changed my username? No, I don't. Front suspension looks a bit soft. It did look a little bit soft, but it actually still handled quite nicely. Gotcha, love West Coast. How do you drive your cars? Wheel or pad? Generally, gamepad. Controller. I find for 90% of the things, controller is good enough. If I want to use my wheel, I have to like drop my desk down, I have to bring up my steering rig, I have to move my monitor. A lot of effort involved. So I generally only do that for racing event stuff. But yeah, let's get this one now. A bit of a road trial. Thing sounds like it has flat tires already. That was weird. 0 out of 10 would not recommend Philip 86 or Smith, I don't know. What? Anyway. Sure. Aristotle, well, because it's absurdly expensive, but still technically a road car. Ah, okay. Yeah, I could see that. I was called Windows Gaming before. Like, yeah, I think I remember that, yeah. Nobody. Me. Keyboard and mouse. Yeah, no. I'm not a big fan of that. And also, welcome, Pi. How's it going? It feels very attached to the road. They have done some weird things to this car, though. Like, it's got stiffer rear suspension than front. And braking is horrible. All right. Let's go in and take off all of the electronic fiddling. And let's see where the brake issue lies. I'm going to assume that this thing has too much of a front brake bias. Oh, wait, hold on. Is this actually balanced? Or is it just the brakes are too powerful? I think it might be that the brakes are too powerful and BeamNG doesn't know how to deal with it. Sorry, BeamNG ABS doesn't know how to deal with it. So yeah, there is an instant of like front lockups first. Yeah, okay, so the fronts do lock up a smidgen more than the rear. Yeah, there we go, there's the sweet spot. Yep, too much front brake bias. But the brakes are... The brakes are just too powerful overall. Good if this was actually trying to be a real car, but not so good as a BeamNG vehicle. Unfortunately, real life and BeamNG don't always overlap. But let's have a look at our next vehicle. Yes. You know what? Let's take that to the track we were going to race it on when we actually did this video, which was Hirochi Raceway Start Line. Okay. Keyboard gang? Oh dear. Do you recommend SnowRunner? Depends. Have you played the previous games? If the brakes are too powerful, they can lock even with ABS. Yeah, a little bit. But okay. So this is a meme video that I made and was disappointed by the ending, but it still worked out as a video anyway. That wing is bigger than what I remember. This is meant to be... Oh, the steering is really slow. Yeah, this is meant to be an incredibly light go-kart with a V16 twin-turbo berserker of a vehicle. So let's have a look at... Have I designed this well? No, I have not. That front wing comes down way too low. Oh dear, there is a lot of questionable things that I'm seeing here. What is that line there? Weird. I believe this was also before 3D placement of fixtures, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. What was I going to do? Control T? Oh, wait, no, yeah. Control N. Find the weight. So the weight of the vehicle... This thing weighs 1,500 kilos! Oh my god. But that's got to be all engine. But the engine is in the middle. So our weight distribution... Oh, you know what? No. That's a little bit of extra rear weight bias. Unfortunate. But it is all-wheel drive. I don't know how this vehicle is going to handle because I never actually got to test it out. Let's give it a try. Oh, dear God. Oh, this thing is problematic. Oh, it's very problematic. Oh, it understeers bad. Oh, God. It understeers... I think that's because the front lips touch the ground immediately. Oh god, this thing is horrendous. Oh dear God. Oh god. Well, you know what? It drives. Let's have a quick look. Handbrake on. At who I should thank for this. Here we go. Okay. Oh, hold on. Thank you, Shadow353. Well done, sir. You actually made it work. At the time, I didn't know how to really do much JBeam editing to be able to fix that, so I didn't know how to. But yeah, they fixed this. Thank you very much, Lee. This is about as bonkers as I thought it would be. The weight distribution isn't so bad, though, but the fact that this vehicle is really tall, a bit sucky, actually. Oh my god, this is so hard to drive. Please! Stop! Oh god, this thing wants to just do... the squirrels all the way down the road entirely. Oh, you know what? I think the rear splitter, the rear diffuser is also scraping. Let's have a look. Yep, okay. There's a problem. We are scraping everywhere. That's why we're not getting traction. Oh. If I had known that, I would have fixed it. If I knew how to fix it at the time, I would have fixed it. This is kind of cool, though. I do like it. Unfortunately, it's flawed, and I give this car like a 2 out of 10. Whoever made this car is stupid and dumb, and they don't deserve to make cars. I did the wrong thing. Good thing about this car, in event of a crash, the driver gets thrown from the car and possibly survive. Bad thing about this car, everything else. Oh, dear. All right, so yeah, that one was a failure. Oh, yeah, let's take that out to, like, I'm thinking, like, Italy maybe for this car. Though Italy gives me, like, really shit frame rate. Do we maybe take it to industrial side? I think maybe we'll take this to industrial striked. Me do word speak, yes, Free seat ejection function? Yeah. So if you don't know this, back in the day, all race cars, but especially Formula 1 cars, they designed it specifically to not have a seatbelt, which they knew was a safety thing, but that was more for vehicles that were on the road. As a race car, you wanted to be flung free of the vehicle, so when the ensuing fireball happens that would kill you, you would take your chances more with, like, landing on the ground than what you would dying in a fire. You had more of a chance of surviving in fire-type accidents. Any other sort of accident, though, you would die. Not the best sort of balance you could strike there, unfortunately. So, here we go. This very Russian-esque looking vehicle. I believe it was this one. Hold on, let's have another look at the name. K130. Yes, I was right. Okay, so this is the K130 four-door sedan by Low Hostage. Thank you very much for this. It looks pretty cool. 1976, and it is very cheap because this does not take inflation into account. So in today's money, this vehicle would cost $8,360, which means this car is very cheap. Well under what you would normally expect, which is why I think of this more along the lines of a more sort of Russian, whatchamacallit sort of car. Not communist. That's where I'm going with it, though. The police. Their sort of car. I just can't think of their name right now. But yeah, this looks like the sort of vehicle that they would have. Except maybe, you know, it's got two lights and it's got glass in front of the lights as well. Maybe that's a little too fancy for the police. But I do like it. Buys broken lawnmower off Facebook. Goes on a three-day bender, builds this. Oh dear. Yeah, actually, I think that was kind of what was going through my head at the time as well. Because it's like you sit so high on it. Do you have a 1080 Ti, don't you? No, I just have a 1080. Not a 1080 Ti. I'm sick and I hate it a lot. Fair enough. KGB! There you go, thank you. Alright, so let's give this one a bit of a look over now. So we have 6,500 RPM redline. Not what you would expect from a cheap car. That also sounds almost as if it wants to rev even higher. You know what? We don't actually have a lot of oversteer or understeer. It's just kind of nice and in the middle. Now, this would have been in the 70s, so there would have been a lot of dirt roads still. So let's take a few dirt roads. It is slow, like I hoped. Though I would have expected it to be a little bit slower. What sort of exhaust does this have? Oh, okay. Well, this map isn't made very well, is it? Hold on. Also, the music stopped. So, we have a log exhaust with no mufflers. Interesting. Not how I would have done it. Also, the exhaust is disproportionately large on the tip. So maybe this is like a Bosozoku car. You think that's an i6? Wait, no, never mind. An i3? I don't know. I'm trusting the sound of the... No, this is an inline 4. Don't worry. I'll even show you just to make sure that you know for sure. See? Inline 4. But yeah, so... kind of funky. Now, there is a jump around here somewhere. I'm gonna go take that jump. How do I get to said jump? Oh, I think I'll go down this little road here. I want to see how this thing does on a jump. Because you expect these things to be built really well, being in the 70s. Lots of pig iron. And come on, come on, come on. Make the jump! Oh! Oh, that looks like it hurt. But it has survived quite well. That's getting stuck in the bushes there. Pretty well done. Survived it nicely. Let's go find that racetrack that has the bowl in it. That'll make this thing a lot more fun. It's got those econo carbs as well. Actually, I'm not sure if they're the economy carbs, but they are that sort of thing. Non-race carburetors. I would have expected a muffler, though, of any sort. Even if they stuck on, like, a really thick, baffled exhaust on there. I wonder how much power this thing is producing. Okay, let's take this up the bowl. See how this thing does. Come on. Please. Please. Did it right. We're up to about 108 or 120. Oh, there we go. Well, now we have a trike. But not the sort of trike that I make. The trikes I make work properly and everything. If Russian cops... Sorry, if it's a Russian cop car, it would be made to survive a point-blank tank shell. Not quite. Even for them, they were pretty stinged out on. Next message coming soon. What? Yeah, I replied to that about a view. What? Anyway, go up the bowl and grind the rail. All right, let's see how this car does with grinding. But I also feel as if the tires should be tucked under a little bit more because these things usually do feel a little bit weird. So we'll get it up to speed. grind the... This thing doesn't even want to touch the rail. Like, if we try to get it up there, the thing starts to squirm a little bit. And when it touches it, it bounces off immediately. Oh, God! Right, that rear seat loves to eject itself. I do also appreciate that they've done, like, a pretty good job of interior work. So, yeah, I like this car. Now, if this thing actually has 30 horsepower, I'm going to give this car a really high score. How much power is that? That is 42 PS. What have we got? 41... Wait, what? Oh, wait, PS is metric horsepower, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so it's about 42. Sorry, 41. Weird. Anyway. Yeah. I like it. I'm going to give this car a score of... So let's go over this. Realism, this thing is quite real. I do like the lack of power. I would actually have preferred it to even have less power. Let's do a quick 0 to 60 before we do a realism score. Test? Performance timers. There we go. Let's do a 0 to 100, even if this isn't flat ground. Oh, come on. Oh, no, we're not going to make it. Okay, you know what? It looks like it'd be somewhere around a 17-second. You know what? No. I do actually like that. Well done. Realism, quite good. I would have expected less RPM, so maybe somewhere around a 9 for realism. Design, I actually find quite nice, though there was probably actually meant to be a little bit more detail down here on cars like this. The sill could have done with something, maybe. Back end's a little bit basic and the light's in the wrong place. So for design, I'm going to give it somewhere around a 70. Now the seats look a little too comfy for this era as well. So that also hurts its realism a little bit. Maybe like an 8, which is still a pretty high score. And just generally how it drives and feels pretty good. I wonder if that's cross-plies. Anyway. Overall, I give this car like an 8. Maybe an 8.5. I like it a lot. Though there are little bits of improvement that could be done. You think a part of what you said got cut off? Okay. It's like sometimes when I want to say something, YouTube wants to kill me. Okay. Pretty zippy for that power level. I know, actually. I was really surprised. Maybe this thing has too short of a gear ratio. I wonder what this thing is like at high speeds. PS just metric horsepower. Yeah, no, I forgot about that. Let's try this on... let's bring this to pure grid. I want to see what the cruising RPM for this vehicle is. Oh. And also, so we can also do a proper 0 to 100 test. So without wheel spin, this thing does a 0 to 100 in... Getting there, eventually, somewhere around 17 seconds. I was actually dead on. Pretty cool. So, oh, it's a 4-speed. Okay, now I know why the car is so zippy, everybody, and I'm sure you figured that as well. If you're cruising at highway speeds of 100, you're at 4,500 RPM! This thing should have a longer gear ratio! Let's see what its top speed is, though. Yeah, the power band should have been a little bit lower. Maybe, bring that power down to a lower RPM sort of level, and shorten that gear, lengthen that gear ratio up a lot. But its top speed. Is this gonna rev bounce? I think it might actually. Okay, it's rev bouncing. So, yeah, the gear ratio should have been longer. That hurts the score. I'm going to bring this down to a solid 8. I do like it a lot, but that does let it down just a little bit too much. Let's have a look at our next car quickly. Decide which map we want to run. Okay, let's bring this one to the automation test track. Accurate for 40 horsepower? Yeah! Maybe the vehicle needed a little bit more drag, aerodynamic drag, who knows? Yeah, I appreciate. Unrefined though. So, let's bring out the 420p, and we're also going to bring out the power thing for this car as well, so you can see how much this has. See if it actually has 420 horsepower. Yeah, that's 330 horsepower. Interesting. This car looks pretty ugly. Not gonna lie. Not a big fan of it. What do we got here for the name? The Lambro Mira 420p, that's right. Okay, so we have... Oh, so this was by a deleted user. I don't actually know who made this because they deleted their Discord account. But this is a 1972 car, $48,300. Yes, it looks like a Stratos, or more like a Stratos than the car I based it off. I mean, it looks a little bit like a Stratos. Mostly, it kind of looks a little bit like vomit. Yeah, that's, So I know what they've tried to do here for the headlights, and I don't think it's worked. Unfortunately, it's also come into the grille down here. So that's weird. Interior... Not right, you don't have legs. And then the big F-off engine. So what have we got for brakes? We have one piston big disc. Okay, so at least they know that. And they haven't cheated by making it all-wheel drive. So I'm not saying that it's cheating to have that. But it's a bit weak sauce if you want to do that. We've also got a smaller rear brake disc, but with 2 pistons. But generally the rear discs don't always overcook, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. The mirror was by me, sadly. Oh, this is yours? Oh. Yeah. Sorry there, Shivi54. Kind of wish automation added individual gear ratio tuning. Yeah, you don't need to. You can just fiddle with the way that it's got there. It's actually quite accurate. So on your NASCAR video, I gave you a viewer automation video ideas about where you could make a competition where we try and make F1 cars from the 19 would be a good idea, but I don't know. Running competitions is really tricky. Running one where people are going to be very have a lot of advantage if they know how to node edit over other players is going to be really problematic. So I don't think I'm going to do that one exactly. You think that might get cut off? What gets cut off? Oh, and the nodes could be banned. Yeah, but then you're going to end up with jiggly wobbly, ugly looking cars, unfortunately. So, yeah. You're very torn on what you can and can't do. This thing is very good in a straight line. Oh god! Oh god! Hey, remember when I said that this thing might have lots of oversteer? Yep, it sure does. This thing could have done with any sort of rear aero. Oh god. Ha! Ha! We're not even going that fast and we're already getting oversteer at about 80 to 90 kilometers an hour. Try to be very careful. Oh, and then understeer with oversteer. So we have under and oversteer at the same time, just giving us a 4-wheel drift which slows us down a buttload. Oh, and that suspension is very soft. Very 70s. I like it. Oh, God. All right, this car is terrible. It's so bad. Let's see what we can do on the back straight. So we're just going to reset here, and we're going to see what we do at the slingshot. 1980s F1s could be fun. I mean, I want to, but there is problems with these sorts of things. What I might do is give them, like, bodies with nodes already and just transplant their engines into it. Maybe a little bit of, like, their tire tuning and stuff as well. Ha, ha, ha! Oh, actually, we're able to handle that at about 200. Though it was very, scary, and around we go. God, this thing handles like a Porsche. Also, I learned something about the James Dean challenge. The James Dean car, that Porsche, was also mid-engine. So that shows that they make rear-engine cars, and they're decent, but they make two mid-engine cars, and they kill people. Porsche, please, for the love of God, never make a mid-engine car ever again. But yeah, so the design of this car, I'm going to give it like a 3 out of 10. It's not the worst I've ever seen. They've tried to do some interesting things. The handling of this car, horrible. 1 out of 10. You know, but sometimes it's actually not bad. So maybe like a 2 out of 10. The power delivery, yeah, it's fine. Realism, really low. I don't know. I give this car like a 3 out of 10. That's to be one of the worst ratings I've ever given a car, but you know what? Not so bad. The brakes are actually staying pretty cool though, so that's pretty good. They've done a good job with the brakes. The brakes don't seem unbalanced. Let's give it one brake test though. See if we can't knock off an extra point off of this guy's score. Hey, guess what? The rear brakes lock up before the front brakes. And the rear brakes have 2 piston. So, yeah, it's what you expect. They also have a rear locking diff. Sketch, man. That's super sketch. All right, let's have a look at the next car. Wait, hold on. We've got some things here. Filla's making F1 mod bodies for most eras anyway, so it will probably come up. Eventually it will. 80s F1 cars could be fun, yeah, but they are from the 1950s and 60s. Gotta start from somewhere. The Porsche 718, formerly Cayman, is mid-engine. Yes. Wait, they called it the 718? Wait, hold on. Oh, the Cayman. Wait, no, I think I know that one. That one is also mid-engine. It's one of the only 911-ish looking ones that Jeremy Clarkson said he's ever liked. Oh yeah, so do you still have an idea about the 3-pot brake issue? Because I have an idea of what it is, but if you already... No, but it hasn't come back, so I'm not concerned. Wait. The rating is worse than the bus? It's pretty bad. The bus actually did something well, which was to be funny. When I said pot, I mean piston. Yeah, I know what you mean. Probably too late to say. What? Anyway, let's have a look at our next car. Oh, we do have a rally section in this video, in this race track area. But I'm going to go... take a quick potty break. I'll be back in like a couple of minutes. Sorry. Ah, nice and relaxed now. Looks cute, especially the GT3 version. What are we talking about? Gangster Gamer, you gotta chill. Yeah. Welcome, Pele Engbell. Interesting last name. Hey from Sweden, you bloody Viking legend. Okay. Sure. Damn, it's gonna be another 2 streams before I see my next car. Come on! I'm already showing 10 cars per stream. I've doubled, actually over doubled from what I initially was doing with these things, which was, I believe, 4, like, in my early days of doing these reviewing videos. God damn. What more do you want from me? Too bad we can't skip this bit. Yeah, I know. So I'm not much of a stream watcher, but when I do, and there's boring bits, I'm like, God, if this was a video, I'd just skip this and I'd just be happily watching something else. And then at that point, I'm like, why don't I just not watch this then? Phil must have had Mexican or maybe Chinese. What? Anyway. Water? Yes, I do actually need to drink more water. He lives down near... Not neat. Adelaide in South Australia, so probably some suspect fish and chips. Fish is not very popular here in South Australia. Damn, that's nearly empty already. A straight dim sim? I do love dim sims. A lot. So I think it's rendering issue because they showed up as 3 pistons in automation, but I think they are still 6 piston. Who the hell would want 6 piston on their car? That person gets a fail from me. Damn it, you're late. Welcome, Flame Z. Yes, you are late. And welcome, Dermot Seltzer. Is that meant to be like salsa water? Yee from the States. Okay. What are we done? Okay, we're at the end of this playlist. Next one. So, Lancia Delta sort of rally car looking thing here. And hold on, is it all drive? Yes, it is. What sort of engine do we see? We see a 4-cylinder? Let's have a look at the engine closer. So this is the jiggly butt car. We have a 5-cylinder, oh sorry, 4-cylinder. And also it looks like the intercooler is connected up as well. Did they maybe fix that? Is that just a thing that happens with all cars now? Because I remember that not working all the time. Wait, what's the best? I don't get it. For brakes, the best pistons to have is 1 piston with a large disc, if you can pull it off. If you can't pull it off, then just use a better brake compound. And if that doesn't work, then up the quality slider on the brakes. Generally, largest discs possible, no matter what. Otherwise, they cook. Has my Bugatti been shown yet? No, that will be the last car I show in the stream. It's my actual last name, Lamau, but yes, it's said like water. Ah, okay, seltzer water. Why'd the engine turn off? Interesting. Let's, So, something pops in the back when this thing spawns. And I think that might be causing the jiggle, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. You know what? It might be something to do with the exhaust, because the exhaust is entirely in the wrong area. Oh god, that was my bad. Let's try that again. God, this thing is violent when it respawns. My god. I do love the design of this car. I would have expected more understeer on the road, though. This doesn't seem to have huge amounts of understeer. Brakes are jank as hell, but I still like it. Pretty cool. Would have expected a V6 though as well for some reason. I'm not sure why. Let's see which wheels are breaking up first. Okay, they both seem to be locking up at the same time, but you also need only a small amount of brake pressure. It was really hard to actually see the wheels turning, so I don't know actually which one's locked up. Okay, there we go. There's the understeer. High-speed understeer. We're going to take this thing as far as Slingshot and see how it goes. Then we're going to take it over to the dirt rally sort of track area. Oh, you know what? Not so bad. Hold on. Did I just see the engine reaching like 0 degrees there for a second? Or is my brain failing me? What the hell? This... Okay, there is something seriously wrong because this thing's temperature gauge keeps going up to half temperature. Oh, half heat soak. And then just pops and starts at 0 again. I don't think I've ever seen this issue before. That is very weird. No, 6 pistons are not best. See, what you need is the largest disc possible, but brakes that are not too powerful. Oh, you know what? High speed pretty decent. Though this thing doesn't actually seem to have a lot of power, because it's having a trouble pushing past 200 kilometers an hour. Does this thing have massive wings, or is it low on power? Very confusing. You know what? I think this thing might just be really low on power. Let's, This thing locks up really super easy. Let's have a look. And once again, power numbers. You know what? We might just leave the power curve up. Just make it a little bit smaller. And put that like over there. So then we can just have a look to see how much power this is creating. Whoops. 150 horsepower. So yeah, there's our problem. Also, what is the name of this car? So we can go have a look at the description here. Lancia Group B. Here we go. Ekai Men. Oh boy. How you have done something weird here. This is also not a car that I exported myself. So this is something they've exported. And it's with them in which the issue lies. So this is a Group B Lancia with Oh! Oh! Oh, hold on. There we go. Interesting. So, there's also alternative intake. Very well. Let's go stage 3 turbos. God, this thing is so noisy. And stage 4 supercharger. Here we go. Now we will have twin charge. Is it a transmission issue? What is this clunking thing that happens? Your Bugatti also glitched. Yes, I noticed that. Didn't cut it. Yep, I know. Of course it did. It has the automation set speed limiter. They actually to import? What? That's considerably more power. Okay, so this isn't the max turbo amount, but oh my god. Alright, now we're getting into understeer territory. This thing is now alive with the sound of music. Oh my god. And the music is Delta engine. Oh my god, alright, this thing is considerably different now. They could have done something like fix this exhaust popping out of the middle of the back end as opposed to where the exhaust is. A lot of things they could have fixed. Ah! This is not meant for bitumen. Let's go get some music back. Let's try out Dirt Track. There we go. Okay. In the gearbox tuning section, you can set the speed limit. They export to beam with the car. I doubt that. No, there's no top speed limiter unless you implement it. No, there's no way to tune the speed limiter. Okay, let's try this thing out on a rally stage now. Ah, okay, switch the other way. Oh, okay. Ah! Oh god. Ah! Out of the weeds, please. This thing has too much power for its own good. Ha! Oh, this thing is hard to control. The switchback on it is ginormous. But that's probably also why so many people died during Group B, because if you were perfect at driving, then it was going to be fine. But if you were anything less than perfect, even slightly, you would then crash. So they were like, do we detune these things? And if anybody detuned, not everybody would detune, which means that you would be making yourself just, you make yourself lose. Because it was pure sheer numbers. Some people would get through with the death-defying machines. And that's when they went, you know what? It's because there's no limitations that this issue is starting to happen. Ah! Oh god! Ah! Alright, this thing does not handle well on dirt. That is unfortunate. The oversteer is a little too much. Ah! This is hard to control. I love it, but it's so hard to control. Oh my god, oh my god. Drive, 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 drive. There we go. Get a little bit of a drift on. I have the feeling this would probably be a little bit easier with the steering wheel and be in first person. But also, I think this would be really difficult in the steering wheel in first person. You know what? No, no, no. Okay, so here's a way of saying it. I think this would be faster with the steering wheel and being in first person. But I think it's easier to drive this way. Oh my god. Rally cars are a nightmare! Ah! It's RPM which counts? Causes it? What, the trickiness of driving? I kind of agree. The higher an RPM, usually the trickier your vehicle becomes to drive. I think this thing could do with a longer gearbox ratio, honestly. For, like, BeamNG driving, that is. Ah! Oh, no, no, no! Just avoided it. Ooh. This thing doesn't need grip for turning. This thing just uses its immense power to start pulling in the direction it wants to go. But if you stuff up and don't get it right angled into the corner you're aiming towards, that's when you do that sort of crash. And that would have killed somebody. If not multiple people. Because in Group B, there would have been lots of pedestrians there watching. Spectators. Jesus. Oh, wait, hold on. You're responding to something else. I don't think they ran full power on the rallies. It depends. If you're talking about automation, sometimes it doesn't let you extend a gearbox on its maximum potential speed. For example, I have a car which could reach 380 kilometers and on the limits to 300. Yeah, that comes down to RPM and that factor, but you can always edit it in JBeam. Very simple to do. It's like one number. The car has automation, top speed limiter, but it's hard to explain. Yeah, very much so. A 1-speed would help this thing. Ha ha ha! He was talking about what yep. Actually, 3-speed would be kind of good. Trophy trucks have 3 speeds for a reason. Yeah. So, let's try out one more map with this, because unfortunately this car doesn't drive so well. Let's see if we have... Douglas Rally? Douglas Rally is hard. I think we might go with Rally Forest. There we go, Rally Forest. This one's a little bit easier than Douglas Rally. Douglas Rally is a little too narrow for my liking sometimes. It's not so hard. You go into the engine J-beam, go down to where it has gear ratios, and then you change it there. There's also one for if you're actually finding a hard speed limiter that's not dictated by the vehicle in any other sort of way, like lack of power or whatever. You go to that one and you just up the number. This song is reminding me a little bit of Hotel California. Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. Let me quickly show you something. So you guys remember the Lambo Mirror 420p, I want to show you what I just made today for the hell of it. Using actually exactly the same car body, surprisingly. That's what I made. Now that's what I think is a funky looking car, though there is a few mistakes here, like I'm not sure what that is. And I'm not sold on the front color, but yeah, that's what I made out of the same car body. I like it a lot. Anyway, let's go ahead and do our video. Lancia, Group B, and we're going to give this thing a bit of a test around here. Let's put these turbos back on. Stage 4 supercharger. Let's go with that variable pressure turbo. So, you have chosen death. I've got to go to sleep, so I'll see you next time. Alright, see you later, Zane Swan. Enjoy that sleepy buys. But if you love me, you'd stay here longer. Anyway. We are already running into issues. Also, wish they had to fix whatever this crashing issue is every time you spawn in. That would be nice. I think I just lost a wing on the front. I'm not sure. Ha! Well, poop. Let's rewind. Ah! That is incredibly loud. And I hate it every single time it happens. Ha! Okay, well. It's a bit of an annoyance. I will give you that. Oh, come on. This is hard to drive. Maybe I should take this to Douglas Rally. Because even if Douglas Rally is hard to drive, I know Douglas Rally a little bit better than I do this track. No, god damn it. Left. This thing needs a tighter steering rack. Oh, this thing pulls out of corners so well. Braking sucks. So you have to brake like super duper early for this. Ah, it doesn't like to power oversteer. I think we lost the front wing. And around we go again. All right, let's try that again, shall we? Gotta have to turn that as opposed to handbraking it. Oh, god damn it. I just want this one corner, please. All I want. Ah, camera, please. All right, that's BeamNG's camera's fault, not mine. Or the cars. Ah, okay. I love this car. It is really hard to drive and dangerous, so it gets a high realism score. The design, though, looking a little bit weird and kind of basic, still does have a lot of nice touches and a lot of details. As for the handling, it's pretty shitty. As for my overall like of it, it's really too hard to drive. Much like a Group B, I would suspect, though I don't entirely know, because I've never actually driven one. Never driven a Group B car. Go figure. I would give this car like a 7 out of 10, because I really do like the design of this car. Even though it is, as I said, really basic, I do love it. The driver is death? Ha! It sounds like you're airdropping the thing upon... A little bit, yeah. Ah, Crispy Shaman. Welcome. Group B, imagine having a drivable car. Flies off the course at 100 miles per hour, hits a tree, erupts into a fireball. Sounds about right. Phil, the Bugatti has a lot of understeer. You may remember that I was unable to test drive it due to the error and drivetrain because I didn't have BeamNG at the time. Ah, okay then. Unfortunate. You could have handed it off to somebody else to test for you. There's a bunch of people around. Welcome, Dan Koopmans, and welcome, Jumbo Jacob. How's it going? All right, let's check our next car. And, oh, it's the biggin. Where do we want to take this to? We want to take this to... We should get the sand dune set up again. Ghost Desert. There we go. There we go. Ghost Desert 2.0.2. Okay. This one, hopefully, will be quite interesting. Is that actually what we're up to? Yeah, no, I think it is. Because I did things a little bit out of order in the thumbnail when I was making it. Anyway, let's have a look at the details of this car. So, this is by I'm, the now, after me, foremost multi-axle expert that I know. So, this is the I'm military 12-wheeler. 12-wheeler, 600 kilowatts, inline 6, 7.3 tons. That is a hefty vehicle. Let's go ahead and give this thing a good old try. Military 12-wheeler. Chingbungus? What? What are we talking about now? Only 2 of the axles, though, have locking characteristics. The rest don't, which is questionable choices, but okay. I thought this was actually going to be more like a diesel sort of engine, so I'm surprised to see this thing rev so high. Woo! Yes! Oh! Lots of suspension, though, really helped take away the impact of this vehicle. Though it's still bottoming out just a little bit. So, unfortunate. So the realism, unfortunately, is down a little bit because of that. I do like this suspension setup. You know what? I'm going to take this over to grid map, and we're going to test it out on the bumpy stuff. Let me go fill up my water bottle whilst we wait for this to load. I just really want to see the suspension articulation, or the wheel articulation over these bumps. That's the primary reason why I brought it here. Tiggle bitties. Okay. Welcome, Hoa Lili. How's it going? That's a lot of wheel spin. How does this thing not have enough traction? It's got 12 wheels. I should have known that from the name, but anyway. Let's try this out in the simple stuff first. Deals with it really quite well. Almost as if there's no issues whatsoever. This thing has a lot of body wobble. But also, like, I'm assuming stiff shocks, because this thing goes back into line fairly quickly. Handbrakeys really nicely. Let's try a really difficult one now. And let's watch this suspension articulation. You know what? Let's turn off the HUD for this one. Oh, that is good to look at. Oh, yes. Look at all that articulation. That is cool. Oh! We're losing traction on some wheels. You know, let's go to realistic and try to control this thing. I feel this thing has too much power to put through a manual like this. I would have liked to have seen this maybe with an automatic. So then, like, rock crawling and everything would be a little bit more realistic. Would have also liked to see a diesel power curve. That's cool to watch. All that articulation of the different suspension components. That's pretty cool. Let's see it at a slightly higher speed now that we're halfway through. Oh, we're getting a wobble on. Nice. That's pretty cool. Let's try something a little more challenging. Oh, yes. Let's try this one. Hold on. We'll do this one, then we'll go on to the really challenging one. Oh, it has troubles going over this. It doesn't like it very much. It doesn't like this at all. In fact, I would say that it hates it. Full power. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got a manual gearbox now. Let's try. Oh, here we go. Some really tough, rutted road. But it glides over it like nothing because it's got so many axles. That's impressive. Where is... Oh, God. Frame lag there. Okay, there we go. I see the thing that I want to do. And I doubt it's going to work, but I want to give it a try anyway. So screw you guys. This thing doesn't handle particularly well. It has a little too much oversteer for a vehicle that is meant to be doing this sort of stuff. Okay, here we go. This is the thing I wanted to do with this vehicle. And I don't think it's going to work. Ah! Oh! Oh! Ouch! Oh. That hurt. That hurt a lot. We've lost a fair large number of our wheels. Oh, you know what? Only 2 wheels. We're good. Let's pull this out of here. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's not going quite to plan. Let's go ahead and do a few diff lockies. So, in a life or death situation, it can still escape. Alright, cool. Let's do one last jump and then we're going to go on to the next vehicle. Or give this one at least a score. Okay. Oh, that one wheel peel sucks balls. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was impressive. How does this get so much air? I mean, I suppose it does have buttloads of power. Oh my god. That is awesome. I love it so much. Oh. Hold on. Hold on. Am I seeing this right? I am. All the brake thermals. Yeah, that's correct. That's hilarious. I love that. That is so good. You spelled my grandma's name wrong? Not entirely sure what you mean by that. Oddly satisfying watching the suspension? Yeah, it is pretty good. These suspension tests are why I give my off-roaders independent suspension. Yeah, I get that. It would have looked a little bit cooler with independent, yes. 34 Marines lost their lives that day. Oh dear. Are you disrespected my grandma? I don't know what you're going on about. Oof, death everyone. Banana 12-wheeler. Pretty much. Anyway. I like it. And also I like that BeamNG did this. One brake is doing all the braking. I think it might be this wheel as well. So let's go into realistic and try to brake. Okay. Oh, because we're still in gear. Okay. Wait, what? Why does the wheel want to turn even if it's in neutral? his multi-axle thing here hasn't quite gone to plan. Yeah, some of these just want to spin all the time. That's weird. I think he's done the transfer cases wrong. Let's go ahead and reset this. Try this again. So we're going to give it a little bit of a drive in first gear, then we're going to go back to neutral, then we're going to stop it. No, okay. That was somehow, don't ask me, it was caused by the crash. Weird. I want to see a torque steer on this vehicle, so let's lift this up with another node. And there we go. Top gear, 7th gear, and... Okay, well, it's stalled. Let's go with 4th gear. Let's go with the clutch dump. Okay, we didn't actually get much torque. Okay, we get a little bit of torque. Let's go back up to 7th gear. Clutch dump that. Nah, not much torque at all. Let's go back to something like 2nd gear, maybe. Oh, it does jiggle it around a little bit. Alright. This car, I'm really liking. Come on. There we go. Realism. I don't know. Is this a real vehicle? Has it ever been a 12-wheeler like this? It seems a bit superfluous, so maybe the government wouldn't bother so much with it. Maybe a Russian sort of thing or a Middle Eastern sort of thing. I do like it, though. The design I'm really happy with as well. I've even gone with the chunky tires if nobody else noticed that. I'm going to give this car like a 9 out of 10. I really do like this. But then again, it doesn't have an interior. There are some quirks. Maybe an 8 out of 10. I do like it a lot. But there are ways to improve it. One of which, putting doors on the side there. Any sort of thing to represent another way to get into the vehicle. And maybe one on the rear as well. Would be... would go a really long way. I love it, though. This thing is so good. What do we have next? And what map do we take it to? Ah, okay. Let's take that one also to that previous track we were on. Spa Frankenchops. Dead chat? Eh. Why are you hanging like that man? Poor banana. What? Anyway. Why are you writing? I'm so confused about what's in the chat right now. F7. Let's bring up the Skyline. Nissan GT-R. Ah, top of the list. Here we go. So, this one is made as a GT3 to... whatever. This is made... Sorry about that. Ventira. Thank you, Ventira, for this car. 2012, so they haven't changed the year. It's $1.97 million. This thingy, a GT3 GTR with a questionable livery. Now, if this is actually a GT3 car, they would have taken the front axle out. So we're about to test that out. Audio track unavailable. There we go. Okay. Oh, some of the stickers haven't transferred across properly. That's unfortunate. Let's also go Control-T on this and have a quick look. So we have the GTR engine. Ooh, and no front drive axle. Yes. Nice. I'm seeing no hidden wings. And I'm seeing... Oh, I think they don't know the trick about wings. That's unfortunate. Let's get rid of that for now. We have 3 piston on the front. That's unfortunate. And then 2 piston on the rear. That's also quite unfortunate. I get the feeling this thing is not going to be as good as it looks. But it looks really good. I love this thing so much. Like the interior with the roll cage. The white boxing that they've got in here, I'm assuming is glued aluminium chassis. Yeah, but still, it looks really nice. Let's Control-T this. We have 2 rear wings there and a giant rear wing there. But a severe lack of front wing. So I'm guessing this car is going to understeer like crazy. I'm so confused by you. Oh. Anyway, let's turn traction control off and take off. Okay, so fairly smooth power delivery. We've got a lot of power. Brakes are okay. Low speed turn in is fine. A little bit of power on power oversteer, unfortunately. Massive transmission line there in reverse. That was unusual. Let's see how this thing does with high-speed cornering now. Understeer, understeer, understeer. Oh, oh. Oh, that was unfortunate. But our top speed... seemingly pretty good. It feels as if maybe we have way too much rear downforce, because this thing should be going maybe like nearly 100 kilometers an hour quicker than this. You know what, actually, it's good actually up to about 100 kilometers an hour. Then we start getting massive amounts of understeer, unfortunately. Ah! The fact that this isn't all-wheel drive also probably helps it a little bit with handling, because then you have a more tendency to oversteer, which would then help counteract the fact that this thing has lots of understeer. So I think this is a great Gymkhana car. As a road car, no, it does not. Oh god, and brakes are not great. It also seems as if our brakes are way too powerful, especially on front. Let's actually check something out as well. Generally with GT3, wings, especially the rear wing, is not allowed to protrude more than the width of the body styling of the car, and no higher than the body styling, and no further behind the car than the body styling. So let's have a look. That's almost in line, but I think that might actually be a little bit over the rear as an overhang. That's unfortunate. And that's almost in line there as well. I think also, once again, that might be a little bit over thing. And as for the height, it looks like it might be also, once again, just a little bit over. So I love this car's design. And I love that they tried to make a GT3 car. That's absolutely phenomenal. Well done. Unfortunately, you've left some things to be desired. One of which, that you didn't understand brakes and you don't understand aero, which are pretty much the only 2 things that new players to the game generally tend to not know, or people that haven't researched a lot into the game. But even if they have played a long time, they still don't know. Like Consider. He's played a lot of the game, but he also falls into the pitfalls of not understanding aero, and that's fair enough. So by looking at the styling of this car, they have put a lot of effort in. I would say that this person has played this game a lot, because they've got a lot of like independent thought here. Unfortunately, though, they haven't figured out the little nuance things to do with it. Let's see how this thing done. What is this? Blanchimont is the name of this corner? I can't remember. Oh, no, understeer, 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 understeer. We weren't even actually going that fast, and we were understeering. Let's see how we do it for braking into the bus stop. Oh, braking is actually not bad. I did brake a little bit early, yes, but that was not bad. And then understeer, understeer, oversteer, oversteer. Ha! Then back traction again. Okay. I like it, but not for its handling. Well, that was unfortunate. This car, I love the design of it. Though that front splitter maybe could have come out a little bit further. I would give this, purely being pulled up by its own boots, of which I talk the design of it, this car like a 7.5. It is really good. Hold on, Weird. I really do like it, though I think it is let down by those faults I mentioned. This thing probably could have gotten like a 9.5. If this thing was perfect, I may have even given it a perfect 10, because it looks so nice with how you've done this. I think the driver of this GTR might be a furry. Just a hunch. Haha, I only just noticed that written on the top there. That's funny, I didn't notice that. Well spotted. Where did I put my shotgun? Oh, please don't do that. I'm trying to make everybody in the chat lose their brain cells. I feel like I'm losing my brain cells. Why must every car understeer like crazy? I wouldn't say this understeers like crazy. I think this thing just understeers at high speeds. But that's because they had a misunderstanding of how aerodynamics work from automation, which I'm kind of starting to expect nowadays, but a lot of people are also starting to learn this sort of stuff. Next car! Ah! Oh, it is actually a racing car, this little shitbox EX. So let's go have a look. Ah, the Racing Shitbox EX by Carlos BR. Thank you. I don't think I've had one from you either before. This is a 2015 car, and it's $159,000. Oh my god! A very expensive cart. Rear engine, rear wheel drive, boxer, dual clutch. Also, I'm not actually sure if these engines are flat or boxer. They're not entirely the same thing, but I'd assume the 4-cylinder at least is a flat. Feels okay. Ah, yes, this is the one that has, like, what I'm going to assume is, like, massive amounts of oversteer at speed. But I think they fixed with a little bit of aero and the fact that the rear tires on this are ginormous. Oh, okay, no, it did not. But then again, that Eau Rouge catches out rear-biased engine weight vehicles. So that actually did pretty alright, because it was able to come under control again. But that is also a trait of BeamNG to actually be fairly forgiving on that corner. Your plan is working? I think I lose brain cells every single time that I have these guys as my audience. Oh, understeer. Weird. It understeers at low speeds, but oversteers at high speeds. Peculiar. Not what I would have expected. Especially from a car of this price. So, bringing this down. Oh, lots of understeer. Lots of understeer. Oh my god. That's so much understeer. Oh my god. This is an atrocious car. No wonder they called it a shitbox. I am sorry. This car is no good. Snap oversteers after understeering for a really long time. This car gets a really low score. Like, I mean, I kind of like the QC design of it. They've done a fairly decent job. Like, it's not cluttered. It's not too basic. The front's a bit weird. I'm going to give this like a 6 out of 10. But as a car, it sucks. As a road car, it actually might be fun, though. Where you're trying to stick to the speed limit. But it's really hard to stick to the speed limit in a game like this because you have no sense of speed. Because it's really hard to tell your relative speed to everything else. You have less air in your lungs as a result. What? How can I lose brain cells when I have none? Oh dear. I've been playing automation for almost an entire year. Is this your car, Gangster Gamer? I don't think it is. Don't GT3 cars have gooseneck wings? Pretty sure they do. I believe all of them come with it now because they understand that with the restriction on the size of the wing, a gooseneck is how they get a little bit extra. But each individual car is limited on how much downforce they can have anyway. So it's kind of superfluous and they don't need it. Like, for each individual car, they set how much downforce it can have at a certain speed. So unless they can't reach that set amount of downforce, maybe then they would go gooseneck. But they could just have a bigger wing. I don't know. Or more wings, multi-element. What's a part of a spinning black hole? Anyway. Ah, okay. I don't know. Usually engine configuration isn't restricted in FIA rules. It can be. Depends. The limit is usually on displacement and sometimes on cylinder count. It depends. Sometimes I read the chat backwards, yes. This chat is confusing me. Save me, man. I will not save you. Anyway, we're going to give this one last try. Oh, I think this thing has a DCT. Yeah, it has a DCT as well, which kind of superfluous and doesn't allow me to lose clutch. If you want me to really like your car, or this thing has snap oversteer, now understeer, now normal, now a fading to want to oversteer. This is a weird vehicle, man. But under braking, this thing becomes incredibly uncontrollable. So I'm gonna give this car, yeah, it's like low score of like 5.5. Oh, understeer like crazy. All right, I don't like this car. Let's move on to the next one. Damn, brah. That's disappointing because I kind of thought that one might be a little bit cooler and funky to drive. That's it, we're done with all of them, except the Bugatti Veyron GTR, which I saw had no front aero, so I'm not expecting a large amount from this car. Also, I'm not sure if that's meant to be chrome. Let's see if we can change that, or if that's just going to change the main body color of the car. Yeah, that changes the main body color. What if we select any others? No. Okay, so I don't know if that's meant to be chrome or if that's an export glitch. I like how you've cut off the rear bumper as well. That's pretty cool. Let's go Control T on this. Oh no, what has happened here? Oh, this car is going to be undrivable. I can tell by just looking. The tires are touching the ground, but so are the body nodes, which means that this thing is going to bottom out way too much. So I've saved this car to last for no reason, because this vehicle is glitched, unfortunately. And I think it's also holding the car up a little bit. That's unfortunate. Ah, if only you had BeamNG and you knew to fix this before we started today. Yeah, this whole thing is scraping on the ground. The whole entire car is scraping on the ground. Yep. Oh, that's trash. Let's turn ESC off. Ah! Oh, okay. It was drifting, but now it's understeering. I'm expecting this thing to understeer a lot. Except it's somehow not understeering? Weird. Ha! Ha! It is massively oversteering. Yep, there you go. See, look at that. Oversteering. Like an absolute machine. Okay, well, that sucks. The final car in the video is hot garbage. Let's have a look to see if this thing is rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Okay, so this isn't actually a GT car, as the thing has all-wheel drive. And we have 3 pistons on the front and 2 pistons on the rear. So, yeah, not particularly great. Our power, just shy of 800 horsepower. So it's been detuned, or they couldn't get the sort of power that they wanted out of the engine, which it is only a V8 and not a W16. Let's go one last with this, to at least give this car some sort of redeeming function. There we go. Go activate that. Yeah. Oh, Space Warrior. You missed basically the whole stream. You didn't give the crap car a 6.9? No. What? Why would I give it a 6.9? Why is this so wobbly, if you know what I mean? Because it's glitched out the body somehow? I'm not entirely sure how, though. Weird. Export glitch and mesh glitch? Yeah, it seems like that. I missed much? Bro, you missed basically the whole stream. They put ballast as balances anyway. Huh? Anyway, let's go bring up the car. There has to be context as to why that one specifically gets the funny number. I wouldn't give it a funny number. I don't think it's deserving. I hate the fact that I didn't have BMG to fix the issue. I know. It sucks. You're sad now? Yeah, I get it. You're sad for, Flamesy for creating such a hot garbage car. Oh, God! That wasn't meant to happen. Let's anyway run this one down anyway. Okay. Something is severely wrong. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? Oh, this thing clanks so hard. Okay, let's put that 800 horsepower to use. Let's see how far we can get. And with all of this downforce on the rear, this thing is probably... God damn it. I can't even drive it in a straight line. This thing has become so skatey. I'm trying so hard to keep it under control. But because it's on its belly and full power, I couldn't full power this all the way down. God damn it. Nearly 400 meters. Harsh bud, bro. Let's try that one last time. We're gonna bounce this thing off of as many walls as we need to get this thing down at a much faster speed. Okay, 300 and something. There we go. Much better. But only about 460? 470 kilometers per hour? Oh, dear. All of the wheels just popped off entirely. Let's see. Oh, I fixed the mesh a little bit for you. Oh, dear. That's unfortunate. Hey, is BMG free? What? No, it's not. Okay, fine, give the Bugatti a 6.9. Nah, I give this car, unfortunately. I love the design. And if it was just down to design, this thing would probably get like a 8 out of 10. Maybe a 9 out of 10. No, things are mirrored incorrectly. 8 out of 10. And they didn't actually do that grill part in there like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. See, I would give it a realistic score if it actually worked, but it doesn't. So, unfortunately, gets a 1 out of 10. And that 1 is from its design, which I like. You've done a pretty good job of making it look like the actual car, even if it is mostly the body doing all the work for you. I unfortunately just can't give it more than that because the vehicle is bugged out. And is borderline undrivable. Mostly undrivable. Pretty much, you can't drive it normally. How much was this car anyway? Let's have a look. Bugatti Veyron GT3. Wait, hold on. Oh, and it also has a front drive shaft. So, big fail as well there. So... GT3 cars generally are only two-wheel drive. So yeah, that's also hurt it considerably. Even if it's meant to be like a different sort of GT. Yeah, that's unfortunate, bro. Good car. Love the design. Fortunately, it's bugged out. If you had known how to fix it, you probably could have fixed it, actually. But yeah, so That's an issue. Unfortunate. But let's go ahead and thank everybody that has come by so far. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, hold on. I'm streaming, aren't I? Let's get that music back. There we go. So, thank you, Flame Z, for coming by. I don't have wing mods to fix the aero. You could just use a regular wing, place it on the front, and then make it invisible. That fixes that issue. Thank you, Hoa Lili, for coming by. Did Manly... What? Why do you remind me of Nick? I don't know who Nick is. Nick Avocado? Don't know who that is. But manlier and you have glasses. I'm actually Superman. I take my shirt off, but I'm naked underneath my clothes. Thank you, Broken Ursa, for coming by. Thank you, Gangster Gamer, for coming by. Thank you, Space Warrior, for coming by. Thank you, Revhang, for seeing the end of my stream. Who else we got in here? Thank you, Crownless, for stopping by for a little while. Thank you, Jumbo Jacob, for coming by. We're also going to have the special ending again, so hang around if you want to see that. We'll say a few more people if we see any more. I think I said Yash. Thank you, Yash, for coming by. You're here for pretty much the entire stream, I believe. And Lee Geek de Chappelle. Thank you for coming by. But yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed today's stream. We'll be doing it again next week and probably starting at the same time. So today I started an hour and a half earlier than I normally do, and we're probably going to keep up with that sort of timing schedule as opposed to starting usually at 1:30 in the morning. I just feel it's easier for me to start earlier. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. But let's get to that special ending. We're going to just plop this music off and start a little bit of this. There will actually be no build and race this week.